Activists across dozens of countries held rallies to call for the permanent boycott of genetically modified food, with biotech giant Monsanto the main target of their anger. Hundreds of cities across the world, from Australia to
hey,
Europe,
I'll go. Oh my God! Why does everything?
Activists across dozens of countries held rallies to call for the permanent boycott of genetically modified food, with biotech giant Monsanto the main target of their anger. Hundreds of cities across the world, from Australia to Europe, were involved. Demonstrators claim crops produced by the company could be harmful to humans, even resulting in death. Some of the biggest rallies took place in the US, where people also accused the multinational company of aggressive lobbying and suppressing food safety research. Anita Nowie is in Washington for RT.
Many cities across the U.S. took part in this second organized march against the agricultural giant Monsanto. Protesters rallying against the company's use of genetically modified organisms and trying to raise awareness about its corporate practices. Some protesters told us that even though the government is shut down, Monsanto lobbyists are hard at work. Here in Washington, many passers-by actually came up to activists while we were standing there holding anti-GMO signs and asked, what is a GMO? So awareness is very low in terms of what exactly genetically modified foods are, let alone the dangers they cause. In the Capitol, the protest began with activists going into large grocery stores and retailers trying to raise awareness about controversial insecticides, which affect the nervous system and have been repeatedly linked to bee deaths. Well, the demonstration then made its way to the White House. All sorts of activists, students, even young children, organic farmers, caterers, chefs. So a real wide range of people there. A lot of veterans actually showed up to talk about the dangers of GMOs just outside the White House. They then began to march, made their way to the IMF, World Bank, and eventually to Monsanto offices here in Washington, D.C. Now, other cities across the U.S., Los Angeles, Portland, Denver, Orlando, just to name a few, held similar demonstrations. Also up in Canada, in Vancouver, British Columbia, there was quite a large turnout for their march against Monsanto. Organizers say this is just the beginning, that momentum is going to pick up, and they will continue their fight against the GMO giant, Monsanto. Reporting from Washington, Anita Nowie, RT.